Hi, this is Scott Dudley, and in this video we're going to take a look at how to set up Google Analytics 4 in Google Tag Manager. And we're going to split the video into three parts. So we'll start off by creating a GA4 property, and then we'll look at configuring Google Tag Manager for GA4, and then we'll finish off talking about how to install Google Tag Manager onto your website. So to start off with, you need to click on the admin button down the bottom here in Google Analytics 4. And then that will take you to this screen here. And then to create a new property, you're going to click on Create Property up the top here. And then you just put in a property name. So I'm just going to put in here demo. In this particular case, you'll put in your reporting time zone, which for me is Australia. And then the currency, which for me is Australian dollar. And then there are some advanced options that you can look at here. Usually you'll just fill these out quickly. Industry category. Let's just say internet. Business size, 1 to 10 employees. How do you intend to use Google Analytics? Well, you could really choose all of these, but let's just say optimize my site or app experience. And then you'll click on create. And then it's going to ask you to choose a platform. So you've got the option here between web, Android app, or iOS app. So in this particular case, we're going to choose web for a website. And then it's asking you for your website URL. So for this particular example, I'll just put my website in here, scottdudley.com, with the www at the front. Stream name, we'll just say demo. And then this enhanced measurement here, you will want to leave this on. If you click on the +4 more here, it shows you all of the different events that Google Analytics 4 will automatically start recording for you. And if you wanted to turn some of these off, then you'd click on the gear here, and then you just turn them off with the toggle switches. From my experience, the form interaction is pretty useless, so you could turn that off, but it's probably a good idea to leave the rest of them on. And then you click on Create Stream. And now you've got your Google measurement ID, okay, which is this string here. So the next step would be to click on this copy button next to the measurement ID, because we're going to need this in Google Tag Manager. So click on copy to the right, and then we jump over to Google Tag Manager, which you can access just by typing in tagmanager.google.com or doing a Google search for Google Tag Manager. And then you want to make sure you're on the workspace tab up the top here, and then you click on variables down the bottom here, and then where it says user defined variables at the bottom, you'll click on new, and then where it says variable configuration, you can just click anywhere in here. And then the option that you want to choose here is constant, under utilities, constant. And then where it says value, that's where you can paste in that measurement ID that we just copied previously. Then up the top here, you can name the variable. So we could just say GA4 measurement ID, and we'll click on save. And by doing it this way, if you, for whatever reason, end up switching to a different Google Analytics account and you need to update your GA4 measurement ID, then you'll just come in here and you'll change it by copying and pasting it in here to update it to the new measurement ID. And the beauty of doing it this way is that all of the tags and triggers that you've got set up for GA4, they will just pick up the new measurement ID that you set up in here, rather than having to change every single one of your triggers and tags, which if you have a lot of triggers and tags that are referenced with GA4, it can cause quite a bit of work. So it's best to do it this way from the beginning. And then we'll go up the top here to tags. And then we'll click on new. And then we'll click on where it says tag configuration anywhere here. And then what we want is Google Analytics GA4 configuration. And then where it says measurement ID, this is where you will type in 2 curly brackets, which brings up all the variables currently in your account. And what you'll want is the GA4 measurement ID. So once again, you need the 2 curly brackets there. So not the round brackets, not the square brackets, but the curly brackets. And then you'll be able to type in your measurement ID. The other way that you can do it is by clicking on this brick thing here and choosing a variable, which is the GA4 measurement ID. So you can do it either way. And then just for this basic setup, you can ignore all of these other options here, but you will need to set a trigger, which tells Google Tag Manager when to apply the event. So we click on this area here, and you want it to be on all pages. So every single page on your website will then fire a page view event whenever somebody visits the page. And up the top here, we can pop in GA4 configuration. Click on save. And then you'll want to make sure that you submit the changes up the top here so that they're actually saved and live. So we'll click on submit, and it's asking here version name for a description. So we can just say added GA4 config tag. And then you click on publish, and then that will publish those changes. And now you are ready to add this to your website if you haven't already. So if you need to do that, you'll come back here to the workspace and you'll click on your container ID up the top here. It's got GTM and then whatever it is after it in blue. And then you'll see here some instructions for installing Google Tag Manager. So basically you just follow these instructions. So like it says, copy the code below and paste it on every page of your website. So you've got 2 different sections here. You've got the top section and the bottom section. So like it says, for this top section, you paste the code as high in the head of the page as possible. And for the bottom section, you'll also paste this code after the opening body tag. And the quick way to copy this is just to click on the copy button here, or for this one, just click on the copy button there, and then add that to your website, and then you'll be good to go. So hopefully you found that helpful. If you've got any questions, just let me know in the comments. Thanks.